Hi everyone, I'm JD. Welcome back to my channel. So I've got another Junk Journal with Me episode in my vintage journal, and I'm loving this journal so much, and I hope you are too. I'm skipping ahead to this page because it's got this beautiful Edith Holden page on the left with these blue birds. I love blue birds. And I had this doily with a blue bird. It's from one of my Etsy kits. I think there's 6 digital linens in my shop at the moment. I can't remember which kit it's from, but it's one of them. But I absolutely love it with that blue bird. So I knew that I wanted to use that with the Bluebird page. Then I just looked through my vintage swap cards and found one with a bluebird. And I really liked that one with the little girl, and she's holding a bluebird in her hand. It tied in with the neutral colours of the Edith Holden page, just nice and subtle, and it ended up being quite a meaningful little card that inspired my journaling and thought process behind this page and the heart behind it. But first, I wanted to cover up that white page. It was just too stark white, and at first I was going to put this vintage lined paper because it has blue lines to tie in with the blue theme. But then I thought, let's add a bit more colour to this page. So I found this blue page from a Daphne's Diary magazine, my favourite magazine. And I thought it worked really well. It had the lines on it too, so it had that writing space. And I still wanted to include a little bit of that cream vintage paper as well. Just to fill in the gap, of course, but also it just kind of ties in the vintage colours of the Edith Holden page and brings that together. So I just used my scissors and ruler to cut everything down so it fits to the page, and got my craft glue and then sticking this on that side so that I didn't waste any of that lovely note paper. I can use that, and just needed this little tiny strip here. And then I'll glue on the other piece. And I love how it has this little white patch at the bottom, and that's where I thought I would put the date, a perfect place to put the date. So as I glue everything down, let me just talk about the meaning behind this page and what it spoke to me about. Some of my pages are just purely decorative and beautiful and fun for me, documenting my favourite treasures on the page. Other pages document a treasured memory, and then other pages document an important life lesson, and this is what this page records. So the bluebird is a symbol of happiness, and to me this is a page about more the bluebird representing not just happiness but joy and delight and wisdom. And so the little bird on the girl's hand, what I came up with for the little story that just sprang to my mind was the little bird is visiting this little girl, and it imparts its wisdom, its truth and lessons about how to be happy and the importance of happiness and that kind of thing. And what I learned is that actually this piece is significant. That piece in my left hand, it actually says "New home, sweet home," and it's flying out from that little bird, flying out from its bird's nest, and that's significant. In terms of happiness is found at home, and that's the lesson of the bluebird anyway, is that happiness is found at home. People can try and do all sorts of things, buy things, achieve things, get people to like them, or travel the world, or have a certain relationship or something, and they're trying to find happiness in all these other ways, when happiness is actually found just at home. And it can be a very hard lesson to learn, a hard thing to find just in your own self. But the art of learning to be happy in your own skin, that's what this is about. Because once you're happy in your own skin, you can then go anywhere and anything can happen. And no matter what the situation, you can bring happiness around you to wherever you are, because you're carrying happiness in yourself. And it's kind of like that thing, like, you can always think you need to change before you'll be happy. You know, those statements, maybe you can relate. I'll be happy when, I'll be happy if, I'll be happy when this happens, or if this happens. It's like, no. And one lesson that I've learned is happiness starts right where you are, with nothing changing, and just who you are and being happy there. And it can be really hard I know, I know it can be really hard to be happy in your own self and with yourself and with the life that you have right now, but that's the key lesson, knowing that no matter how much things change necessarily, when you look in the mirror, you just got to like who you are just as you are right there. No matter if you have a birthmark on your face, or if you don't like your nose, or if you don't like your weight or your hair color, or that your hair is curly, or you don't like your freckles, or your appearance, you feel like you need to change your appearance or something. But no, you can be happy just as you are, no matter what anyone else says. And that's what this is all about. And it's a long life lesson, still on the journey, but that's the point, is this bluebird comes to the girl when she's a little girl, and as you grow and grow and grow, this lesson you keep learning more and more and more as you really get to know that truth and really get to know that wisdom and have it be part of your life and your heart, knowing that happiness lies in your heart, in your own skin, and that you can, once you learn that and you embody that, you can then bring that everywhere you go and spread happiness and joy and delight and pass on that truth and wisdom to all around you, because you just live it out and you are radiating in your own self, in who you are. So that's what I'm journaling about here. I like that I could journal on that doily, and I just wrote my title piece, Bluebird of Happiness, and it says, learning the art of being happy in your own skin. Happiness is found at home. And then over here what I'm writing is, the bluebird is a symbol of happiness, for me, of joy, delight and wisdom. The bluebird flies to the little girl and imparts its wisdom and truths and lessons about happiness. And it's a lifelong journey as the girl grows and learns the truth of the wisdom and embodies it and lives it out. She learns to be happy at home so she can go out and spread that happiness wherever she goes, because happiness lives inside her. So that was just what I wrote in that blue section. And I love that I can capture this on a page in my journal. And whenever I look back at it, I can remember this lesson, because, lessons, you forget lessons quite easily if you're anything like me. So sometimes it's nice just to read back on your journal. And as soon as I see this page, I can remember, oh yeah, just learn the art of being happy and content in your own skin and who you are. And then that brings so much more goodness to the world around you. If you can be happy in your own skin, then you can bring that to everyone else and have that as an example. So I washi taped that little swap cardigan with the heart, blue hearts. Again, happiness living in your heart. And then those little extra pieces I included of the little bluebirds were pictures from Granny Chic, the Granny Chic book. And I love how they fit in and tied everything together. So that is my page spread. I hope you like it. Just a little bit of doodling there. Let me know what you think, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.